All right, Shalom. When they say call halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and elders at GMS to rule well. Peace and blessings to the Akim that's out there fighting, doing this work with truth and sincerity. Here again with a quick lesson. Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect men out there that are listening or watching these videos. I was just listening to various videos today. The first one I play is from Elder Anop's page, the elder, the bishop out of Connecticut, GMS I-Salve 144. Subscribe and get edified. Also, I'm going to play another video clip of the brother GMS Watazak Bun Gad 2. Subscribe also and get edified. So as I'm listening and just meditating through the spirit about how crazy things it's about to get going on with that, the Israel striking Hezbollah and Hamas, and now Iran want to retaliate, and that's all spoken of. If you read the book of Ezekiel chapter 38, it breaks all of that down. You have to be in the spirit to understand and see these things. So a lot of stuff is happening on top of that. You got the MAGA protesters, you know, they tripping on if Trump don't get in office or if Kamala Harris get in office. It's going to be uproars that's happening over here in this country. And it's going to be a number of things that's going to start happening here, right? To the point we have to be watching out and praying and continue to fast until Yahweh B'Shem Shah, man, to stay awoke, to stay awake and to pay attention and to watch things around you, just like it speaks of here in the book of Ephesians chapter 5 and 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly. Circle meaning look around, and spec means to look around. You always want to watch your 12, your 6, your 3, your 9. Keep your head on a swivel, as we would say in the world. Keep your head on a swivel, man. Always, through the spirit too, you know what I mean? Watch just as well as pray. Because a lot of shit going to be taking place, and the elect is going to be in the midst of. The elect is the 144,000 some men, women, and children that's going to be delivered from these perilous times that's fastly approaching. We here. Everything Iran, Israel is on alert to see what Iran gonna do. America just put ships over there. You know, Russia was watching too. So there's people watching the news over here when it comes to this election crap and all this BS. And there's a lot of things that's happening, little nuances that's gonna be taking place here. That's what's called people to fucking snap and lose it. So we ought to be circumspect and walk wisely among those that are without, man. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. And the NLT says, so be careful how you live. Don't live like fools. Yeah, out here just running amok, just constantly going to bars every goddamn day, hanging around with 2/3 all the goddamn. You look up, you with people of the world all the time. Yeah, it's cool every so often you do that, but all the time, no, you got to disassociate yourself with the world, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we see it been prepped on what's about to come on the planet, and we ought to continue to stay focused and get right, and to keep praying and fasting to the best of our ability, and hope and pray that the Lord have mercy upon us in His time of wrath, man. Things about to get gridlocked. Things about to get real tight. Things about to come to a head, man. So we got to be careful how we live, including me. First and foremost, talking about myself. Don't be like fools out here, just gallivanting up the street and not paying attention, whistling and dixling, so to speak. You just walking, head in the cloud. Keep your head on a swivel, by all means, man. I see things and I don't see things. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching. I've always been a watcher. Lord willing, He keep that on me. I'm always paying attention. When people think I'm not paying attention, that's when I'm paying attention. And so, how much more to pay attention in these times that's heating up to this battle, that's heating up to this things here happening on the soils of America, where chaos and chaotic and chaos and mass disruption and all hell breaking loose out here in the streets of America, man. So be careful how you live. Don't live like fools, but like those who are wise, meaning who have the wisdom and knowledge and understanding to see these things. So I'm just gonna play a little bit of This coming from, again, GMS iSalve 144, the Elder Bishop, Elder Not. He going into this one video, PSA announcement, how these females, one lady was asking for directions, and the guy was showing her how to get to this location, and he ended up, I'm trying to say it the right way, S-and, as they say. The man ended up S-and the broad,
On flights while they're going on vacation, in first class, in Macy's.
So he's saying how on first class, on flights, men, or this one particular man, was groping this female. And this one female got S.A.'d in Macy's. And you've been telling these women about, look, wrap your head up. Stop wearing pants, put on dresses. Stop doing this. Stop doing that. Judgment is out, man. Judgment has always been out from Yahweh Bahashim Mahabashai. So I have to make sure I'm walking this tightrope. Yeah, we don't focus on the walk. Focus on that rope to get to that destination. That it says it's in Sirach, in Ezra's, where it says, not Sirach, it's Ezra's in the Apocrypha, that the road is narrow, that only one man can go down to get to this kingdom. Roughly paraphrasing. I watched these Stoic videos, and it was like, don't focus on the walk or how high it is, but focus on the rope, because you got to cross that rope. I was like, wow, because you got to focus on your balance, and you got to tune out distractions. You got to focus, So that's what the elder was going into here.
In public bathrooms. It's crazy out here. But this is all biblical prophecy. Spirit had the word popped up in my mind, Isaiah 32:9. It said, rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Because through the Spirit of love, we've been telling you, warning you women, especially you proud women. Now the sisters out there that repented, the few out there that's doing right by their men.
So a spirit got on me to play some portions of this video, and the other elder brother, Mawatazak Bun Gad too, out in LA, where he was going into a beautiful video. That's an old video clip that a lot of us remember, how they were saying that America got to go to 5 different countries in order to get to Iran or something to that nature. Y'all have heard it. You seen the brother video and came across their old video. You see, this thing is precisely done by Yahweh Bahashim Mahabashai, man. Things are at the precipice. We are at the tipping point. And not only the tipping point, look, you got the MOTB. You see, you got the C-hip. They pushing that now at the same time. But then they call the apostles and elders crazy for going into that. Oh, that's what they call it. That's white women, the C-hip. That's an embargo. This, that, and the third. No, we here now. So talk all that noise you was talking about, it's June, ain't no C-hip. But nonetheless, they pushing forward with the agenda. The way you know how to do business now, when it comes to the banking system, when they go offline and when they come back online, it's going to be digital. All your money up on your arm and on your ear like a telephone. You can't put that in the C-hip. That's going to be obsolete. So if you're not demonstrating focus, participation, sincerity, repentance, when you come into this walk, you're not building up those spiritual fortitude at the end of the day, because it's going to take a boatload of faith when all shit hit the fan, man. You see? It's going to take a boatload of faith, man.
And so on and so on, and send up them prayers. That's why I tell you the scripture say pray constantly.
That's right.
And take heed to what your husband and your man's telling you. When he tell you not to go out there dressing like a slut, you shouldn't be in no nightclub, you shouldn't be at no lounge, no girls only trips, all that madness out there. You're dressing like a slut, and then they tell you, you can't tell me nothing. You ain't my father. The truth be told, y'all didn't listen to your father when he was around, if he was around. And the white man and this promoted all this Babylonianism is daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great, where y'all the biggest sluts, biggest whores, especially the women of our nation, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American.
That's right.
Whether you're scattered throughout the nations, call yourself Portuguese, Italian, Russian, if you come from there, you're the biggest sluts. And you can't tell you nothing nowadays. Y'all listen to Nicki Minaj, Doja Cat, Cardi B, and y'all think everything's sweet. But the Lord has sent out spirits of vengeance out there that's ravishing and taking y'all.
That's right.
And this is a precursor or prelude to Isaiah 4 and 1 and Isaiah 32 and 2, where they're looking for protection. But right now, it's judgment. And that judgment always been on the nation, the women of our nation. When you look at Zechariah 14 and 2, the Lord say, "We have the nations gather round about, and our women should be ravished." And tell you that in the curses, Deuteronomy 28. It says you should take a wife, and another man should lay with her. Because as a woman, you're only supposed to have one.
Was the wanted man entering and leaving a store in the area of 52nd and Girard Avenue after the assault. If you recognize this man, you're asked to contact the police.
Former Oklahoma City cop Daniel Holtzclaw has been sentenced to 263 years in prison for raping and sexually victimizing more than a dozen women while on patrol in a low-income neighborhood.
But the Lord is telling the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to awake out of sleep and turn from your wicked ways. Talking about the whole nation of Israel, the men and the so-called men and the so-called women of our nation. So the Lord told us when he called to walk upon his path, to see then walk ye circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. Our people walking around as fools, not nearly anything close to being wise, so they don't know what's going on around them. So therefore, they still acting like animals. You know what I mean? That's loose from a zoo. Not knowing judgment is going out. Not knowing we headed for war, man. I'm gonna pull this video up on the.
In 1991.
It's gonna be pretty long a little bit, but I'm gonna play this a little. Hold on 1 second. Not knowing that, look, everything war is brewing. Everything that's written in scripture is about to come to a head, man. You got the Sea Hip prophecy. You got World War III prophecy. You can have the breakdown. A man should desire and go into another city in Kent. You got the concentration camps. You got the plagues the Lord will bring upon this planet. You gonna have wild beasts, wild animals changing their living habitation, coming more into the city. It's about to get crazy out here, man.
He was the Undersecretary of Defense for Policy.
So
He's talking about
I want to find a good place here where the elder brother was going into on how they been planning on going into Iraq. And this is just a smokescreen of what Israel did. Now, it did happen, yeah, but they've been planning on this back in 1991. But how crazy is it? The Lord had this written before anything was even existed, man. You know what I'm saying? This was written way before this is taking place right now.
has taken over the power. What y'all the elite bankers, all right? These top-ranking military men and officials, they do nothing but take orders, okay? Orders come from on high. That's why he said, well, why? Why are we going to attack Iraq? All right? Okay? Realized then, it came back to me. A 1991 meeting I had with Paul Wolfowitz. You know, in 2001, he was Deputy Secretary of Defense, but in 1991, he was the Undersecretary of Defense for Policy. It's the number 3 position in the Pentagon. And I had gone to see him when I was a one-star general. I was commanding the National Training Center. I had met him one time. He said, if you ever get to Washington, come look me up. They always say that. Well, I was there in Washington. It was a Friday afternoon. I'd visited Colin Powell. He'd given me 5 minutes of his precious time and sent me on my way, and I was bored in the Pentagon, and I thought, I'll just go, who can I see? I think I'll see Wolfowitz. So I called, and up there, he was available. Scooter Libby came to the door. I met Scooter for the first time, and he brought me in, and I said to Paul, I said, and this is 1991, I said, Mr. Secretary, you must be pretty happy with the performance of the troops in Desert Storm. And he said, well, yeah, he said, but not really. He said, because the truth is we should have gotten rid of Saddam Hussein, and we didn't. And this was just after the Shia uprising in March of 91, which we had provoked, and then we kept our troops on the sidelines and didn't intervene. And he said, but one thing we did learn, he said, we learned that we can use our military in the region, in the Middle East, and the Soviets won't stop us. He said, and we've got about 5 or 10 years to clean up those old Soviet client regimes. Syria, Iran, Iraq, before the next great superpower comes on.
And this is back in 91, okay? Yeah. 1991, this is what he's talking about, this conversation he was having.
So that's why the Spirit had me to start in Ephesians 5 and 15 says, man, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. The days are evil that's coming upon this planet, man. And the Lord will draw all those nations over there to battle, to bring and go send his son Yahweh Shah and the holy angels back to judge these people, man, to judge these armies over there in that region, and come back and to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel, who've been scattered throughout the 4 corners of this planet, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The time is the playtime has been over. From the first time you seen King Masha, High Priest Ariah, Abba Bivens, now the elders and apostles today, the first time you seen the apostles and elders online is when you should have been taking heed, man. But everybody, especially when I say everybody, I'm talking about you niggas, you Israelites, you think everything is a joke. You think everything is funny. You don't take nothing serious. But by the time you take it serious, it's going to be in your house. It's going to be too late. Now, since you still procrastinating with your time and your grace period, you're not going to have time to strengthen your faith because you don't have enough time to build it up. So you taking your grace period for a joke. When all hell break loose, man, it's going to take a higher power to protect you in these days, man. In these times leading up to it. So now everything I'm seeing now, it's like you go to these dating apps, everything you watch now, all you can see is shit is just, it's going to get chaotic out here. These women tell me I don't need a man, and 6 feet, 6 figures, 6-pack, this, that, and the third, and I'm a boss bitch, this, that. Okay, soon come when the next wave of shit that's going to come bring this place to its knees, like the COVID, that's going to make that like a cakewalk. When they shut this joint down again the second time, that's it. And what you boss bitches and all you tattoo assholes, what you motherfuckers go do, you gangsters and gangbangers, what you go do then, man? When they go send robot dogs through your neighborhood, sending troops, the UN troops, Gurkha troops through your neighborhood, snatching you up out of your homes, man. What you go do then? When it ain't no fun and games.
Challenges.
So they've been behind in schedule, which really the Most High has kept them behind. But now, all right, things are getting ready to escalate to the point of this World War III. And
see, in the NLT in verse 16, Ephesians 5 and 16, make the most of every opportunity in these evil days. Make the best of your time, meaning get in these scriptures, pray fast, do what you got to do, bang out these lessons through the Spirit and power of Yahweh by Shema Shai. You can't get with a brother, you know what I'm saying? You go visit these camps, make sure you pour to these men to help build these men up at the end of the day. You know? It's on, man. This is it.
All hell breaking loose in Babylon the Great and around the world. All right, everything is here at its at the head. Everything's getting ready to happen.
And it was like, I'm coming out of the Mojave Desert. I've been training troops. I haven't been thinking geostrategy for some time. And suddenly,
Romans 13 and 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now, it's our salvation nearer than when we believe, because when we didn't have this wisdom and knowledge and understanding, I have no clue about being saved. I'm like, man, I guess I grow old and gray, have some kids, grandkids, and just live how I see my people live, my family grow old and die. Well, I'll see the Lord when I'm dead. But then when the Lord called you into this walk and pull back the wool from off your eyes, now you've been exposed to this true light where you're able to see things in the mechanics of how the world works and how things moving, how the chess pieces on the board let you know that this is just a game to be played. Once you realize that, now you're realizing the Lord is closer than what you thought. And upon his approach, it's going to be all kind of chaotic situations out here, man. Now it's time for you to lock into a Slim Jim on your faith. You're not going to snap into a Slim Jim on your faith when your Habashai is like coming through the sky. It's going to be too late. We got to be built up and rooted now. Talking about myself first and foremost. See, we know in the time because we've been exposed to it from the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Habashai, man. He showed us his true and his true. I always get it. It's in Corinthians. I think it's 2 Corinthians 4. The Lord has showed us his true intents and purposes on what he's going to do, man. You see? Why? Because he gave his servants his secrets to prophets. Roughly paraphrased. I know I'm probably saying it backwards. The Lord has revealed his secrets unto his servants, the prophets, man. He showed us his intents and his purpose on what he planned to do to this kingdom and these nations that's going to go over into the valley of Jehoshaphat and get judged at the end of the day. And back here, it's going to be all kind of chaotic situations unfolding. People running up in your home for lack of resources, being carted off in concentration camp, being forced to get the C-hip up in you. Our people go glad I take the C-hip because they go come with like, look, they go dress it up like a pig, put a lipstick on it, and tell you that's good for your benefit.